definitely is putting me on the spot, so why not? So we got Firebat against RDU right now, and
Firebat versus RDU is
really
actually
good. Both really good players.
Is this elimination match?
Is this how you open a show, guys? Really?
You are the one eating right now, Iko.
Anyway, guys, welcome back
I'm
to
doing better
SeatStory
than
Cup
Egg
4.
Up.
Welcome back to SeatStory Cup 4. We're going to have a really strong match for you guys. We're bringing you Group C.
He's
and
so
the first
professional.
match of the day for Group C is going to be RDU versus Firebat. And this is going to be a big one.
This explains a lot, but this is not an elimination match, so they can win or lose. Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, but still, like
You usually like to win a bit more because it gives you like a safety net that you can like lose one and still win one. So I think both players are actually going to try to win, Nimsh.
But on the other hand, Firebat, I feel like he can give this game to RDU and just win to other. Like he was on a tight spot last group.
Yeah, absolutely.
We felt like he was.
He's really good, so yeah, I guess he could like just lose this and then just move on with his life and win 2 more.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it past him.
Kind of like,
but
BM,
I actually think he is going to try to win though.
Okay. Do we know what decks they are playing?
Nope.
We don't, because they can't resubmit decks.
Do we know if they are sober? Have they slept like at all?
Firebat, I can confirm, was up with me until about 4 in the morning. So
I remember him taking Red Bulls at 2 a.m.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he did not practice the Reno Jackson build yet. But
is he playing it?
I don't think so. So yeah, when you're up till 4 in the morning, you don't play Reno Jackson next morning.
True, that's true. Ika, would you consider playing Reno Jackson?
Yeah, of course, I would consider playing Reno Jackson. I would not be confident enough, though, to bring it to this tournament because it's actually a card that has a mechanic that requires quite a bit of figuring
actually,
out.
How confident were you in the egg race? Did you practice that one?
No, I didn't. I'm a natural, but Toyota screwed it up.
You were super serious about the match.
This isn't like a German hobby that you don't do this in like grade school.
No,
they do it every breakfast.
I thought it was just a German thing.
No, it's just for fun.
Okay.
All right,
How do you explain how you lost then?
I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway because we have a great match on our hands. It's RDU versus Firebat, and we see RDU on the mid-range hunter or hybrid hunter, and Firebat on Control Warrior.
Yep, and he's got an Armor Smith Acolyte star. That looks pretty good. And Artie is just deciding if he wants to keep a high main, if not both. Pretty good against Control Warrior if you know it's Control Warrior.
Yeah, absolutely. I think keeping 1 is absolutely fine, especially if you have the coin. 2 might be too much. You also have some early curve as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if let's say you had a hand with 1 drop, 2 drop, and then 2 high mains. Would you consider keeping all of this?
I would probably keep it all.
Yeah, it's so strong against Control Warrior, and the chance that you get like a 3 drop and a 4 drop off the top at some point,
yeah, especially when you're playing Horse Rider, you're not only limited to those animal companions, you actually have like 4 3 drops, so it like kind of increases the odds a lot that you're gonna hit your 3 and curve out.
Yeah.
I really like the Horse Rider as a card. It's kind of like Wolf Rider, but with more flexibility. Like you can trade into minions now.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to only go face. It's definitely a good card like that.
And who do you guys pick as a favorite here in the Hybrid Hunter versus Control Warrior matchup?
It's all about Hunter actually curving out properly. Like, if Hunter misses its curve, then Warrior is a huge favorite. And sometimes, like with Horse Riders and things like that in your deck, you don't necessarily have a target. You don't necessarily have optimal plays every turn. And RDU's hand is looking very clunky. He did get the second high main back. He mulliganed it and got it back. And now he's got a quick shot, a kill command. Dibisu doesn't really get any value, right? But
yeah, this is not what he wanted. So he needs something to pressure in the early game. On the other hand, do we know what Firebat is really playing? Like, is this the Bash version? Is this the version with Shredders? Or is this the version more control heavy?
Oh, wow. And Firebat are trying to play some mind games because he realizes his hand's actually pretty good if Armor Smith Acolyte, and RDU is thinking. So
yeah, RDU told me recently the reason why he's doing what he does right now, roping on turn 1, is basically so he can get in the zone. Like, just, he said he got this technique from Life Coach down, just focus on the game, like, and blend out everything else that's around you, so you can just focus 100% on the game. And he, like, just takes the first couple of turns to do that, basically.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, zone is really important in Hearthstone. Just focus on the game, absolutely.
No distractions whatsoever.
Yeah, and it's so easy to actually lose it as well.
Yeah.
Like someone eating on a casting desk can absolutely distract you.
Yeah, it really makes you hungry, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I brought my pasta salad here along with my beer.
It's kind of like a douchebag move, right? Like, because I'm hungry, Purple.
I'm kind of hungry. Should
and
we
we
just
can't-
leave?
You could have just done the same as me.
Maybe we should just leave Ecop here. I'm sure like Twitch chat will be really
Ecstatic,
happy.
absolutely ecstatic. So actually, there was a really tough turn two from Firebat here. He had the Fire War Axe for that abuse over. You can just play the Armor Smith into it. Chose the Armor Smith. Don't fault him for it. They're both like very reasonable. This Glazuka is a somewhat of a punish. Definitely deals with the Armor Smith and like if he didn't play the Armor Smith, like, RDU had nothing to do this turn.
Yeah. Well, it still looks bad for RDU for now because his turns are blank, more or less, till 5.
Hey, I mean, just believe in the power of the top decks. He's gonna get like Animal Companion on turn 3 and then Shredder on turn 4 and then just clean out the time main. I believe.
That's how Hunter works?
Yeah, it does. Look at this. The draw.
Oh.
Oh, that's a free drop.
It's
Wait.
a 3 drop.
It's definitely a 3. It does cost 3.
That's the wrong 3 drop.
Does anyone know if RDU is actually playing LT Gray?
LT Gray. We see an orange play it.
Yeah,
but
that card's really good.
I doubt that RDU has the same practice group as Orange does, so I think the list might divert a little bit.
Okay.
What's the benefit of the LT Gray?
It's got a really cool name. It has stealth. It hits for 5, and it's a nice bridge card towards high main. Like the
Hard
5
to kill.
drop. The 5 drops are actually just low feb right now in Hunter.
Yeah.
So if you miss low feb, you don't have a 5. So it's like it's a second 5, double your chances of actually curving out.
Makes sense. Well, he has a better bridge for the high main on turn 5.
Which is the coin, yeah, absolutely. It's
The
just a
thing
matter
is-
of doing things in between here.
The thing is that Hunter has so many good 3 drops that just playing a 3 drop and hero powering on turn 5 is not that devastating. It's fine. Hunter is fine with
Yeah.
that.
And from Firebat's perspective, he doesn't actually have a useful turn here. He can actually just drop this big game hunter. You know your opponent doesn't have bow, or else the Acolyte would have been bowed over the quick shot, or he can develop this fiery and armor up. Pretty conservative play. If he knows like RD is playing Dr. Boom, definitely want to be holding that big game hunter for later.
Well, there is a Glazuka, right?
As
So-
well, yeah. It just dies on board. 4 damage isn't exactly what you're looking for in from the control warrior side here. Scientist is actually like, it's a broken card on 2, and it's actually a reasonable 4 drop to go along with the Hunter Hero Power on 4.
Absolutely. And also the fact that he will be able to get the secret early.
Yep. And if
make his
that's
draws better.
freezing trap, this coin high main is actually going to be uncontested. Any minion Firebat plays will get frozen traps, so yeah, the high main will just kind of be on naked board because of the scientist.
If you even kill it, because he might try to go for the brawl board.
He's got like weapon charges, and you just kind of want to be doing something with your turn. So I'm expecting him to kill the scientist. Probably just shield block and armor up. Unless he draws like the second armor smith here. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
That's a good play, Firebat. That's a good play.
Not bad. Perfect minion to have for the freezing trap right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't die on board, and the shield maiden does contest the high main. It doesn't just it has 5 attacks, so it can trade in, and there's no freezing trap on the board because the armor smith's there.
You can see the world champion powers being channeled through Firebat.
Yeah, top decking is 1 outer.
So we see Revenge being drawn, a kind of an unconventional card for Control Warriors. Not many lists play that card, and RDU was kind of trash-talking it a little bit. He's playing Revenge Warrior, like, what the hell?
Yeah, Revenge is like, it's like a card that you never need if you're actually winning. But things go wrong. Like, you don't always have that Fire War Axe, that Death Blade, and sometimes you take damage and things go wrong. And Revenge is like an excellent recovery mechanism after everything goes wrong.
You can still use it with Gramash as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
It's
an additional
Whirlwind,
Gramash
but better.
activator.
And like most of the time, if that would be a Whirlwind,
Yep.
most of the time you will have that 1 more mana to actually cast it.
I would say after like turn 5 or so, Revenge and Whirlwind are like the same mana cost.
Yeah.
That 1 extra mana isn't a huge deal.
Yeah.
But in the early game, sometimes like you like against turn 3 muster for battle with the Whirlwind, you get to squeeze in that armor. But that's not actually that relevant. Second high main off the top,
Isn't it
or
dangerous?
Off
juggler
top.
off top, excuse me. And there's 2 kill commands in hand, so he can deal with the shield maiden with one of the kill commands, and
That's
that
pro-
protects his first high main.
Yeah, that's probably better than just slamming a second high main and going for face.
It's very close. If you can't deal with the first high main, how do you deal with the second, right? So if you just high main and hit him in the face with the first high main.
Brawl is always a possibility.
Absolutely, but both your minions have Death Rattle and the Shield Maiden doesn't. So, yeah, one of the trades gets to happen, but on average, you're going to end up with 3 2-2s or a high main. Well, those are the two scenarios.
Yeah.
That aren't, yeah, unless the Shield Maiden goes face, and then you end up with 4 2-2s and the Shield Maiden is still there, but that'd be very unlucky.
All right. Double high main the Dream against the Control Warrior, right?
Yeah, absolutely. What could be better is if you actually draw a Web Spinner now, and high main number 3.
Oh, yeah, that would be sick.
This is how you play. This is how you play Hunter.
But however, we don't. I don't think that there's actually Web Spinner in RDU's deck, unfortunately.
Oh, is he playing like Leper Gnomes and?
Yeah,
he's playing somewhat of a hybrid build.
Yeah, he's like Leper Gnomes and Argent Horse Riders, right?
Well, this is a nice board to actually kill with bash and stuff. Like you don't have to really brawl this.
Yeah.
You can just kill
like
one, bash, slam bash the second one, kill one with weapon.
Yeah, and there's gonna unfortunately like that leaves 3 2-2s up, unless I'm not seeing.
Maybe you can go with the armor smith as well. Gain 1 armor there.
Ooh, execute. Does that help? It does help, because now you can now you can get the number down to 2 2-2s instead of 3. That's the big difference in using execute here. You mess your armor up, which is the same as killing a 2-2 in a way.
Yeah. I like it. And he's still in a good shape with regards to health.
Oh, this is... Oh. Okay. I didn't see this, but he ends up with a 5-3 against 3 2-2s, which is somewhat contests the board for sure. The Fire War Axe and the Shield Maiden will kill 2 of them next turn. And Love Have Up Top's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's great because he'll be able to block the brawl. And,
especially with this juggle. That's actually... That's the key to this turn.
Well, he can attack with the... Well, actually, yeah, you're right. Like, if he hits the
conserving a 2-2 on the board is actually really important in the long run.
It's even... Yeah.
And you're, like, at this stage in the game from the Hunter, both your high mains already died. If a Baron comes into Firebat's hand, the game's over, so you're not even thinking about
Do you even risk it? Like, you can go with the Abusive Surgeons.
Ooh. Oh, it's so much weaker. It's so much weaker. I think you got to take a risk here.
All right, RD is going for the knife.
That was a good play, RDU. Hit the juggle. Hit the 50-50. That's a good play.
He's following on the Frodon hype. RDU thinks he can 3-0 Firebat with the Hunter.
Despite's actually a pretty good draw because the Whirlwind effect next turn will actually deal 1. And with the combined with the Revenge, that's actually a board clear for next turn.
That is true.
Definitely killing the Knife Juggler with this Despite.
And armor up.
Yep.
I mean, you could also just throw out the Armor Smith. What is the Armor Smith you going to do?
The thing with... I guess you would be dead to double kill command anyways, and that happens to be the hand. So that's 9 plus 10 plus 2 is 21 exactly.
All right, so RDU gets it.
So you remember that double kill command early. Worked out. Like, I was already questioning it on turn 3 when he used the quick shot over the kill command on the Eklight because it's mana efficient and the quick shot can get you a card, but he decided to use the quick shot, and because of that, he actually has lethal now.
Yeah, it was interesting how he mapped the game where he just filled the turns with whatever he got before the high maze and then just slammed 2 high maze and follow up with kill commands.
Yeah.
So pretty good play from RDU.
Yeah, definitely well played by the Hunter here. And Soto, last hero standing, the Hunter advances. Control Warrior is knocked out. I don't actually know what Firebat's classes are, but what would you follow up as Firebat to beat this Hunter?
Well, he's taking a rogue, so we kind of know that right now. Which is, I don't know if it's like the great pick. Like, Iko, what do you think about it? Rogue versus Hunter?
The slower the Hunter deck is, in general, the more favored the Rogue will be. Because like if the Hunter runs stuff like high mains, you can just zap those and have a huge tempo swing.
6 mana for 2 mana sounds good to me.
And it's all about tempo in this matchup. If you're running against Face Hunter as a Rogue, if you don't draw your healing, you're basically dead on the spot.
Yeah. Absolutely. And his turn 1 Leper Gnome is really awkward. Firebat on coin doesn't really want to coin dagger it, and when you don't coin dagger it, you tend to take 8 damage from it. So that always feels bad, man.
I'm so amazed, Purple, that you're so sober today.
Thank you. I'm.
He's been.
I was actually playing today, and playing some more later. Not in this tournament, I'll be playing WCA later. So trying to stay responsible. All right, so only 6 from the Leopard Gnome, because there's not, you usually take 8 when there's like a juggler follow-up and you like coin SI or something.
Second Fireball for 1 mana.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why
a good
it's
card.
my favorite card. The Leopard Nimsh.
As indeed a good card. And does RDU just go on the smart plan, or is he actually holding? He's holding. His hand is like kind of damage centric, but he does have a Shredder follow up, so
it's not terrible.
Depending on what his follow up is, like he can transition into like kind of either game plan, holding the bow charge just one turn.
It's really important that he has that Shredder. Yeah. So for Firebats,
does he drop this big game hunter? Like it looks like a redagger turn just based on him actually swinging with the weapon. Don't mind it. Does he equip the deadly poison?
I think you do. It's allowed. I mean, why not use the mana right now? It's not like you need the deadly poison to enable any combo right now on the following turns.
Yep. And turn 4 looks pretty solid for the Shredder. Juggler's just, you get to squeeze into hero power, but it's less sticky minion and dies on board, while the Shredder doesn't quite do that yet.
The Shredder is really powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of a slower turn for RDU, and he starts swinging with the bow. So he's gonna have 5, 8, 10 next turn, putting his opponent into 9. Given the Shredder sticks to the board, of course.
Firebat hand seems pretty clunky. Like what you want to do as a rogue, you want to have some kind of board.
Yep.
Some minion that will actually stay, so you can buff it with all those thinkers.
Yeah, unfortunately here it's kind of looking like he already needs to Blade Flurry without developing behind it. And why Blade Flurry is a good card is, like, why Blade Flurry is like stronger than Flame Strike is that with Flame Strike for 7 mana, you can't actually play anything behind it. But Rogue can actually, like, say, with a Violate Teacher, you make 3 tokens and clear a board, and then you're so far ahead in tempo. But,
Tempo BGH it is.
Oh, and the coin sap, okay.
So yeah, as mentioned, like, he really needs a minion on the board, and he goes for it. He wants to force weapon attack.
Yeah, like just answering the board is not enough, because the hunter will just continue applying pressure, and you just don't have anything on the board to raise him.
Yeah.
And this BGH is kind of the first step towards the game plan to like put some counter aggression on the board.
If RDU actually makes like the double juggler play, which is like insane value, right? You get 4 juggles from that creeper, push a bunch of damage.
It's so vulnerable to AoE though.
Absolutely. It gives like Firebat, that Blade Flurry in Firebat's hand would give him a way to just jump right back into this game.
And he's going for it apparently.
Oh, no, he's still thinking. Like, it's so enticing to get that juggler value. Because then you also don't need to use your bow. So like, the bow is 3 damage, you get 4 juggles. So that's like kind of, by making the not Shredder play, you actually push 7 extra damage, which is actually huge. So, like, I don't fault RDU at all for this. This is, like, a nice play.
Yeah, definitely. And it also checks if Firebat even has the AoE.
Yeah.
Like, he needs a Blade Flurry or, like, a spell damage.
Ooh.
He's going for the Eviscerate here too.
Yeah, and he's looking to pick up a backstab target here. And
that's alright.
Doomsayer is kind of a backstab target. Oh, I do not like swinging with that. He has so many weapon buffs in hand. Yeah, Doomsayer was pretty good for Firebat in this, but he gets to actually preserve that backstab, which will be it's pretty much just a heal later in the game.
Yeah. So for RDU, this turn is just your power pass.
He might actually, he's going to put the freezing trap up. He might even put the quick shot to the face. His opponent's so low that it's not wrong.
You probably maybe want to conceal the damage so that your opponent doesn't feel like healing at this
Well,
turn. Taking risk.
Firebat's actually way too good for that. Like, he knows his opponent has 3 cards in hand. He didn't swing with the bow, thus there's not another weapon. And there's not a minion, thus it's
Double
kind of
Unleash the Hound.
it's like 3 spells. So yeah, Unleash is right there. Kill Command's right there. Quick Shot's right there. That's all in the range. So yeah, this Violet Teacher actually needs to get played. I don't actually expect Firebat to actually make tokens with it though.
Yeah, like the last card, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, what do you really do? So you can Deadly Poison. How much? So you have 3 mana open.
Yep. With after the Violet Teacher.
Yeah.
You could also just start counting your damage and like Deadly Oil Eviscerate and then Oil again next turn. Is that lethal? It's
I
great.
don't
Like how about Blood Mage Oil Deadly? You hit face for 6. Next turn you have 3 from Oil, 4 from Oil, 3 from Oil again. So you have 12. And the Abyss is 17. So you're just like a bit short.
He's taking the gamble that there's no Unleash.
Yeah. I feel like it's like a slight misplay when your hunter opponent's holding that many cards. You know what it is, and is that game?
Yeah, absolutely.
The second abusive adds a couple more damage.
He didn't even need it. All right, so Rodrigo is taking game number 2 versus Firebat, and Firebat is now left with the Freeze Mage.
Yeah, and actually I'm surprised he didn't counter Q with Freeze Mage because Freeze Mage is really good against Hunter.
It should
Ice
be.
Barrier, Healbot.
I personally disagree. I think with the Rogue, he had a way better shot of actually
Really?
hitting the Hunter. Yeah, for sure.
When your Rogue's teched with like cards like Big Game Hunter, it's like it definitely decreases the odds for Rogue a bit.
That is true, but I feel like the Rogue in general performs well. It's like more like a 50-50. I think actually, in my opinion at least, the Freeze Mage is unfavored against Hunter.
Okay,
And why is that?
fair.
It's just so hard to deal with the Shredders and the High Mains.
That's so interesting. This mulligan, like Artie is
Especially
considering
High
keeping High Main off the mull against Freeze Mage.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the key cards to beat the Freeze
Yep.
Mage. And
It's very
keeping on
hard. It's very hard to deal with it. Like you need like
Yeah.
at least you need 2 turns to deal with it, like with a fireball into a blizzard or an explosive sheep or something like that. It's like a lot. Like Freeze Mage needs more than 6 mana to deal with it, so it's really nice.
If RDU was on the play, I would not be surprised if he mulliganed the High Main away. However, he has the coin, so he has the
Yeah.
smooth mana curve for sure. And keeping the High Main right now is really good for RDU.
So Firebat got Ice Barrier, which is really good versus aggro, but he doesn't have any draw here.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, his hand's completely reactive, and there wasn't like a coin 2-drop, so like this Doomsayer or this Frostbolt don't actually do anything. You can't like mulligan those cards though. Like you can't like pitch Frostbolt and like get coin Knife Juggler and just concede, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's always a little bit unlucky to not have the coin as a reactive deck because you don't have enough cards. Like if you don't have the coin, you
get
want to
this-
be the proactive deck. And
yeah, absolutely.
Firebat
Like
does
you,
not have any
like
proactive
off
deck.
coin, your Leopardome gets better, and yeah, it's just like way better.
By the way, Ikop, I think you got some salad on your mic.
Oh, do I now?
Oh, it happens.
All right, guys, we stopped Ikop.
Got
It's
him.
fine. It's
Back,
fine.
it's back.
It's barely visible.
Okay. Well, Shredder is really good, and then he will have the high main into high main. So insane.
Yeah, this is
curve.
coin high main into high main. That is completely busted. With a low feb after that, that's sign me up. I want that hand.
For Firebat, they just frostbolt. Do you even frostbolt this?
You actually, I don't think you do. I think you just ping the shredder, set up the onboard trade. Whoa, that is okay. That is very cute. And the reason he's pinging his own scientist is there's a freezing trap up, and you eventually do want to get the secret out. So
Yeah.
if you ping it over 2 turns, you will,
So
and
it-
it will
it's-
end up dying.
It's really smart because as the hunter, you probably don't want to attack the scientist.
Oh, that attack will never happen. The hunter is going face with that shredder
Exactly,
100%
and
of the
he
time.
wants to get a second ice
Yeah.
barrier.
What I
Right.
don't understand, however, is like he's got this conical doomsayer, which is a very likely follow up to that turn, and that kind of means like Firebat's not expecting this to go off at
There
all.
can be a silence.
Yeah, he's just not expecting this doomsayer to ever go off here.
Maybe he's trying to do the Ostkaka move, you know, like ping your own stuff. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Ostkaka and Forsen move in one move, right? Because Forsen frostbolted his mad scientist.
Yep.
for the win, and Ostkaka
Pinged his face.
pinged his face. So
Yeah,
Firebat is
somewhere in between. He's
right, like just pinging his mad scientist for the profit. Like we might not see it yet, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Firebat is just planning on hero powering that. Just Alex Strazaring the face.
Yeah. So
in order to
the
finish
face
game, so
the face damage isn't
exactly.
relevant at all. The one to the face will never be relevant. And is this Doomsayer actually just going off here? That is good news for Firebat. That is very good news. Dealing with that first high main, and he gets that ice block. Oh boy, that is a whirlwind Zap-O-Matic.
that's a good frostbolt target.
Yeah, absolutely. That cannot live.
Yeah, this turn is not bad actually. So Acolyte of Pain, ping it.
I think Firebat was actually kind of hoping there'd be like a less of a pressure minion off that Shredder, so like he could actually probably just drop an Archmage on 7.
Wouldn't that be too aggressive?
Absolutely not. It's like Ice Bear in this matchup tends to be a third Ice Bear, just like another heal, because once you Alex Raza them, 15 is very easy. You don't need additional fireballs. This isn't like against Druid or against Control Warrior, where they can build, or against Priest, where they can build up their health.
You can also exhaust them at some point. Like it's not about you winning. It's It's about them not winning.
Yeah, they just kind of run out of cards.
Yeah.
So just like using Archmage as a heal for 7 tends to be a fine in this matchup, and I think that's kind of what he was aiming towards. But with the Whirlwind Zap-O-Matic coming out, yeah, you gotta have to kill. It's too much damage. And important thing to note is Firebat's actually gotten to the 8-mana stage where Loatheb can't lock you out because you have a Frost Nova in hand, which is excellent news. But like he's probably pretty tempted to already freeze this board. There's a lot of damage on board.
Yeah, but then like, do you have freezes for the Doomsayer? You used Cone of Cold already. You will have one Blizzard maybe.
There's definitely one. If Cone of Cold tends to mean you cut a Blizzard. So there might only be one Blizzard. There's definitely one Flame Strike. There will be a second Frost Nova at some point as well.
The board is not getting smaller anytime soon, so there's no point.
The longer you wait on this Frost Nova, the better it actually will get. And it does play around this Loatheb, which would have pushed an insane amount of damage.
Will we even see Loatheb this turn? Because
Absolutely.
because when your Freeze Mage reaches 9 mana, which is like the Alex Straza turn,
this is true. You never want to be playing your Loatheb into a turn where you might get Alex Straza. Of course, like looking from Firebat's perspective, there's no Alex Straza, so the Loatheb's actually pretty cool here. Even though it just gets Frost Nova, but it's still like pretty cool. But the longer you wait on this Loatheb, the more likely it is that Freeze Mage actually has Alex Straza in hand.
Yeah, the big question is, can you wait one more turn?
Yeah.
I think you can.
Yeah, you could just play this Horse Rider and...
I kind of like playing Loatheb.
Command phase.
At this stage of the game, it only matters to play Loatheb when you have a board that's vulnerable to AoE.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this board right now, with the Hymen on the board still, it's not vulnerable at all. So
it's only vulnerable to like Nova Doomsayer.
You can also just drop the Loatheb after, for example, after Alex Straza has been dropped, which is also a good time.
Oh boy. And Firebat goes in with this Emperor and his Frost Nova, and this Loatheb's going to be insane here.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good.
Firebat has a 1-outer on Frost Nova number 2.
Even though Thorisan will not be contested here, like you can't kill Thorisan.
Yeah.
But still,
does it matter? Like, there's not a second Frost Nova yet, so it's like...
Block is not being popped yet as well.
Yeah, that's true. Firebat will have like almost free card draw for the rest of the game. And an Archmage that's going to cost 5 mana, which is pretty darn insane.
You can trade into... What is the secret?
This is an Ice Block. Both Ice Bearers have been...
Yeah, this is an Ice Block, and Hunter doesn't have...
That's got to be Freezing Trap.
That has to be Freezing Trap, yeah. Okay.
And...
no Loatheb yet.
No Loatheb's been played. Like, Firebat can just miracle this game away here with like Arcane Intellect.
Oh wow!
You ping one of your Loot Hoarder Blood Mage for an extra draw. Maybe you hit like you can hit Blizzard off Arcane Intellect. You can't hit it after the hero power on your own.
So RDU is still keeping Loatheb for that Alex Straza turn?
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe for the turn he pops the block as a more aggressive route compared to reactive route.
Actually, another interaction we have to consider is when Thorisan like procs on the 0-cost spell, and if that spell is getting increased cost by Loatheb, then it's actually like 4. For example, like Icelands that costs -1 quote unquote.
Yeah,
would
we'll go
cost
to
more.
0 with the +5. Yeah.
So Blizzard was a possibility after Lothar.
yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Now it is. He could. Oh, is he just gonna Archmage and he's gonna freeze the high main? I think. And utilize his hero power maybe, or is he gonna drop his
Can he go face with everything?
Oh boy, this is aggressive.
I like it. Aggressive is good. He's getting cost reduced.
So he. Oh wow,
And
this
he
is,
has Mad Scientist, so he will be able to get one more ice block.
yeah, but the ice block that he cannot kill that in his own turn. So he's relying actually on top decking the second ice block.
Wait, can he not just Fireball face and Fireball Mad Scientist? Like, he has the minions as well, so right now he's putting...
Right,
he's gonna have
assuming
to-
your Archmage doesn't die though, because you need that second Fireball for lethal, because there's 22 in hand minus the spell power, right? So you need to squeeze in 2 pings as well. So like this play is like I don't think this has a chance of working out, to be honest.
Well, right
Given
now,
the low fab especially.
You have to kill Antonidas here, right? If you
No.
kill Antonidas,
No.
you don't.
You do not. You need to pop the block.
Yeah,
Okay.
popping the block is top priority, and then it forces
If you
Firebat to have a second
if you
block.
can do both, that's like yeah, you do both, but you pop the block as the first priority. And the Emperor is actually scared in Infinitus in terms of possibilities of stuff that can actually happen.
Well, Firebat has 2 draws as well.
Oh, Frost Nova. Yep, no pops. Yep, block's getting popped. And oh boy. Does the Archmage dies as well with the quick shot? Oh boy, and a kill command as well.
Whips.
And there's a Leopard Gnome on board too, so there's no board clears possible for the rest of the game here.
And it seems like, the ice block will be able to
Give
help
him a
Firebat survive for one more turn, but does it actually matter? I don't think so.
That Frost Nova is not discounted, correct? Yeah, it's not
it's not.
discounted, so he can't have like a turn with Alexstrasza and Frost Nova. And that's like why you killed the Emperor and not the Infinitus.
Yeah,
because like you're blocking
You don't want
possibilities
the
like
discounts
this.
anymore. So if he plays Ice Block, he's alive for one more turn. He
Yeah.
can play Mad Scientist and...
The Mad Scientist doesn't. There's no more secrets in the deck, so the Scientist actually doesn't do anything. It's vanilla 2/2.
Can he
The
ping?
Lou Hoarder gets him a card closer to what? What is he looking for at this point? I guess Healbot's actually a big one. He could go like Healbot, Frost
Yeah,
Nova
Hilbert
turn after.
Frostnova is out, that's true.
Yeah, absolutely. If he does play the Healbot, I guess there's like not a reason to keep your Scientist in your hand. But he's gonna ping his own guy to play around the silence.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
actually
that's
a
pretty good.
really solid play.
I'm not attacking, obviously.
And
It seems like RDU is really close to 3-0ing Firebat.
which is a little surprising.
That's
But
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen Hunter do it before.
Hunter's been doing it a lot this tournament. Hunter's been doing good, even without the LT Gray.
Yeah.
You don't need the El Tigre to win.
Is that how good Hunter is, or are you saying
LT
LT Gray is not a good card?
No,
there?
I'm saying that's... El Tigre is an amazing card. I
El
would play it in
Tigre
every deck.
is just icing on the cake. I mean, on the amazing smork
LT
cake.
Gray is just BM.
That's not Healbot, so
Uh.
he can't draw into it. I mean, he can, but like then...
Then doesn't have
Yeah,
the mana
yeah,
for Frostnova, so
yeah.
this game seems to be over.
So much damage in hand.
And Firebat just
He
looking at his
hovers-
deck size.
He
Where
hovers
is the
over his
Healbot?
cards, and he knows there's no more secrets
Does the
left.
force in play, but it doesn't work.
Oh
this
my
time.
god! Only person can do that.
Yeah,
apparently.
only Forsen can get the first.
Aryu
block.
takes a series. Look at his happy face right
Wow,
now.
Hunter looked convincing in that matchup.
Yeah, that was a pretty
I'm-
good start to the group. Pretty fast.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like looking at this game, at this match, and I'm like, why the heck did I not bring Hunter to this tournament?
Dude.
It looks good.
I'm just looking at this series and it was so fast that Ecop didn't even finish his food. Like, look at this.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting a longer series, but I guess once again I was here at the casting couch. Once again, Hunter 3-0'd someone.
How do you come here?
No
So
surprise.
I don't know. Maybe it's karma.
Let's move a
Maybe,
bit.
maybe
You're
it's
gonna
like
be
fate. I don't
joined by RDU on the couch here.
All right, Ryu, come here.
know. Congratulations, Radu. You're one
Thanks,
step
thanks,
closer
thanks.
to top 8.
Thanks.
Whoops. Okay. How does it feel to embrace the smork?
Pretty good.
Are you following in Frodan's footsteps? Do you want to be as good a player as Frodan?
I still need to misplay less. I think I misplayed a lot in the last game.
Oh no, you did not. That was really well executed, actually.
The last turn with Antonidas, I could kill Antonidas with quick shot and like sacrifice Leper.
There was actually no reason to kill that Infinitus at that point. He had no outs.
Yeah, I know, but
He
I
actually
still...
had no outs. It was done perfectly. Actually, can you talk to me about the mulligan where you actually keep high main against Freeze Mage?
Yeah, when I'm on the coin, I just like to keep high main in like every greedy matchup. Like, I just have a really low curve, and high main is the most expensive minion in my deck. So, versus Druid, Warrior, Freeze Mage, all the greedy lineups, basically. I just keep it in my starting hand if I have the option to.
I have to bring it to you. Do you realize you've won the series?
Yeah.
Because you don't seem like really...
You don't seem that happy.
No,
You seem to be in the zone, like you're super focused right now.
When I'm getting like super happy, I tend to like play worse. So I'm like gonna keep my calm until I qualify to top 8 because I'm not through yet. I still need to like win one more game.
Yeah, I mean, Gnimsh, this is how RDU works. Even in victory, he still seems to he still wants to improve. He still wants to see his what he's done wrong and what he can improve on. And like this is what makes RDU such an amazing player and a rightful victor for of this series right here.
The chat is saying you can improve if you don't play Hunter.
I mean, I can play everything, but
I mean, he's already
Hunter is the option to win this tournament. I don't know, chat.
And RDU, would you say like Hunter has been the best performing deck for you so far? I mean, you 3-0'd me with it as well. So
Hunter is 6-0. The Warrior is 1-1. The Druid is 2-0. And the Paladin is not played.
Oh, people are banning Paladin? What a surprise.
I mean, they didn't ban it. I just didn't get to play it.
He's not good.
You're just crushing people with Hunter.
3-1, 3-0.
He doesn't even need Paladin to win this
9-1,
tournament.
that's
Last year
amazing.
standing.
that's amazing, Radu. So congratulations once again, and yeah, we'll see who your opponent is going to be in the winners match. So yeah, up next we're gonna see who is it? Stansivka versus Rekful on the stream. So,
Stansivka versus Rekful.
yeah, this is going to be an exciting matchup for sure. Many people didn't actually expect Rekful to go through the first group stage, but he actually made it, beating Lothar and Elki. So
Yeah, Rekful is on a roll. And RDU, the question for you, who do you want to face, Stansivka or Rekful next game?
I want to face Rekful, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible.
Why do you want to face Rekful? Don't you know he's one of the best rogue players in the history of Warcraft?
I mean, Rekful is a really good player, but I have a lot of respect for Stansivka, and I consider him to be on the top of his game right now. He understands everything that's going on in every single matchup. He's just like, I don't know.
That is a politically correct answer, sir.
Yeah, you've grown up. You leveled up. All right, guys. I think we're ready to go for break. Like, probably have any more questions for RDU?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Well played, RDU.
All right, guys. We're going to hang out in here. So thank you so much for watching. We'll have more matches for you coming